No one in the sprawling glass mansion ever paid much attention to the maid. She moved quietly through the halls like a shadow, unnoticed, unseen, and unthanked. Her name was Rosa, and for 2 years she'd worked for David Langston, a self-made millionaire whose life seemed as polished as the marble floors she cleaned. But one cold November evening, David discovered something that would change him forever. If you believe true kindness always finds its way back, please tap the like button now and subscribe to support more stories like this. That night, David came home late from a charity gala. The house was dark except for the faint glow of the kitchen light. He noticed movement near the counter. Someone was crouched behind the island. At first, he thought it was an intruder. But when he stepped closer, he froze. Rosa sat on the floor, a plate of cold, leftover food balanced on her knees. She didn't see him. She was eating slowly, almost reverently, as if afraid each bite might be her last. The plate held scraps from the dinner party earlier that night. Chicken bones, a half-eaten roll, bits of salad. David spoke softly. "Rosa, what are you doing?" Her eyes went wide with panic. She jumped to her feet, nearly dropping the plate. "I'm sorry, Mr. Langston," she stammered. "I didn't mean, I was hungry. I didn't take anything fresh, I swear." He saw tears forming at the corners of her eyes, her hands trembling so hard she could barely hold the dish. Something inside him twisted. This woman worked 6 days a week cleaning his mansion, yet she couldn't afford to eat a proper meal? David asked, more gently now. "When was the last time you ate?" She hesitated before whispering, "Yesterday morning." The silence that followed was heavy, the kind that makes you feel small and ashamed. David had spent millions on art, cars, and investments, yet under his own roof, someone was silently starving. He told her to sit. He opened the fridge, took out the untouched food from the party, roasted salmon, vegetables, pie, and placed them in front of her. She shook her head, saying it wasn't right. But he insisted. As she ate, he sat across from her, watching every bite with a strange ache in his chest. Then he asked about her life. Rosa spoke in a voice as fragile as glass. She had come to the U.S. to earn money for her sick daughter in Texas. Her husband had died in an accident. Most of what she earned went to medical bills and school supplies. She slept on a friend's couch to save rent, and when there wasn't enough left for food, she pretended she wasn't hungry. David felt his throat tighten. He had grown up poor too, but he had never known this kind of quiet suffering. That night, he couldn't sleep. The image of Rosa eating leftovers haunted him. He realized kindness wasn't about writing checks for charity galas. It was about seeing the people right in front of you. The next morning, Rosa arrived at work expecting to be fired. Instead, David was waiting with breakfast laid out on the kitchen table. Pancakes, eggs, coffee, for both of them. She hesitated, unsure what was happening. "Sit," he said warmly. "From now on, we eat together." Over the next few weeks, everything changed. David raised her pay, gave her a small apartment above the garage, and made sure she had proper meals each day. But he didn't stop there. He asked about her daughter's treatment, then quietly paid off every hospital bill. Rosa didn't know until the hospital called to confirm. She broke down crying, clutching the phone like a lifeline. When she thanked David, he only smiled and said, "You've done more for me than you know," because in helping her, he had rediscovered something he'd lost, the feeling of being human again. Months later, Rosa's daughter, healthy and bright-eyed, came to visit. She brought David a handmade card that said, "Thank you for giving my mom her smile back." He framed it on his desk, right beside a photo of his late parents, the only other people who'd ever taught him what kindness truly meant. We'd love to hear your story. What is the most memorable act of unexpected kindness you have witnessed or received? Share it in the comments below. And if this story touched your heart, please share it with someone who believes that even the smallest act of compassion can change a life forever. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and help spread kindness across the world, one story at a time.